Meet Julian. He's a third-generation architect in London. He spent 6 months designing a legacy project, a $10 million brutalist masterpiece. Then he decided to use Sora 2 to create the ultimate client walkthrough. In 60 seconds, the AI gave him a video that looked better than anything his firm had produced in a decade. But when he looked closer, Julian realized the machine had betrayed him. It hadn't just rendered his design, it had redesigned it. It moved a load-bearing column for aesthetic balance. It deleted a ventilation shaft because it ruined the lighting. Today, we are auditing the structural hallucination problem. Can you trust AI to represent your life's work, or is it secretly trying to kill your career? This is where cool becomes dangerous. We ran a 5-axis stress test on 50 different architectural prompts. The biggest failure? Axis 1, structural persistence. In a real building, a pillar doesn't change its diameter when you walk past it. But in the neural dream, physics are optional. We audited Runway Gen-4.5 against Julian's original CAD files. The AI hallucinated a 30% increase in ceiling height just to make the shot look more cinematic. For a marketing agency, that's a wow factor. For an architect, that's a lawsuit. If your video shows a space that physically cannot exist, you aren't selling a house, you're selling a lie. Axis 2, the Safety Audit. We prompted the models for a grand cantilevered staircase. Sora 2 gave us a masterpiece that looked like it was floating in mid-air. It was beautiful. It was also a death trap. The AI ignored the laws of gravity because it doesn't understand weight distribution. It only understands pixel distribution. In our NAV26 audit, Sora scored a 1220 for structural logic. It's a genius artist, but a terrible engineer. If you're using these tools to show a client their future home, you are training them to want things that will literally collapse in the real world. We call this the architect's betrayal, where the tech makes the impossible look mandatory. Let's talk about the humanity gap. An architect builds for humans. They think about the way a child runs down a hallway or how the sun hits a specific chair at 4 p.m. AI doesn't think, it predicts. In our human resonance audit, we found that 100% AI walkthroughs feel uncanny. They are too clean. There are no scuff marks on the baseboards, no dust in the light beams. It lacks the history of a home. When Julian showed the AI version to his client, the client felt anxious. They couldn't explain why, but the space felt like a prison, not a palace. Humanity is found in the imperfections. If you remove the mess, you remove the soul. We ran 150 standardized generations, specifically targeting internal transitions. This is the hardest part for any AI. Moving from a hallway into a bedroom requires the machine to remember what was behind the door. 80% of the time, the machine forgot. We found staircases to nowhere, bathrooms with 3 toilets, and windows that opened into other rooms. This isn't just a glitch, it's a spatial intelligence failure. In our leaderboard, Kling 3.0 actually beat Sora here. It was less pretty, but more logical. It kept the floor plan 20% more consistent. In real estate, logic sells houses. Beauty just sells clicks. Look, the professional terror here isn't that AI will replace you. It's that it will submit a design with a factor of safety of 0, and it expects you to sign the permit. We audited the architect's Betrayal and found that while Sora 2 is a poet, it has the structural logic of a spherical cow in a vacuum. It ignores moment of inertia and treats load-bearing columns like optional decor. In our stress test, the AI's yield strength was basically 0. But here's the fix: the structural peer review. We took Julian's hallucinated mess and ran a geometry lock, using the AI for the cinematic golden hour photons, while anchoring the spatial persistence to a real-world coordinate system. We turned a truss-passing nightmare into a 98 to 100 hybrid masterpiece. The verdict: AI is the intern that stays up all night on caffeine and hallucinates staircases. You are the one who ensures the building doesn't become a dynamic load on the sidewalk. Don't be a trust fund baby. audit your assets. I've dropped the NAF26 architectural leaderboard and the physics override prompt in the description. Click the link, like, and subscribe, or keep building houses that only exist in a GPU's imagination. See you in the next audit.